Command Site 18, Update 18. Repairs from the storm have been completed. The above ground storage unit has sustained severe structural damage. Engineering is recommended to be replaced. We moved everything from the building to level 6, so there's no worry about loss of equipment or supplies. The specimen was oddly calm during the storm. Maybe it was scared. Work on communicating with it is continuing. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command Site 18, Update 19. We've had a bit of an issue with the specimen. Yesterday, it became aggressive and began attacking the research team. Site security was ordered to deploy the shock sticks, and after a few good hits, they managed to get it contained back into Section 4. I've ordered Level 7 to remain on lockdown for the time being. Additionally, I've ordered an investigation to the cause of the attack. There were a total of 6 injuries, no fatalities. Injuries as follows. 2 minor lacerations, 3 broken bones, 2 arms, 1 leg, and 1 serious injury requiring evac to the Pandora. No damage to facility or equipment. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command Site 18, Update 20. We have concluded our investigation. While reviewing cameras, we noticed that just before the specimen attacked, several empty 55-gallon barrels were knocked off a shelving unit by a lift on level 6. I suspect the specimen may have been startled and attacked out of fear. I have ordered additional soundproofing to be installed, and frankly, the sooner we get that storage building replaced, the sooner we can move those barrels back outside. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command Site 18, Update 21. It appears the specimen can be taught. It began acting up last night, but quieted down and backed off real quick once it saw the shock sticks. To be fair, 50,000 volts is a pretty good teacher. Dr. Harrison doesn't think this means the specimen can communicate, but as it appears it can learn, I'm encouraged. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command Site 18, Update 22. It would appear that Pavlov was right. We had a short power outage 2 nights ago. When the red emergency lights came on, the specimen retreated. No one on the research team could really figure out why until Captain Morris of the security team pointed out that the shock stick locker, when it's opened, has a red strobe light that begins flashing. The specimen has learned that red light equals pain. I am now convinced it can learn and possibly be taught to communicate. Additionally, I've ordered the emergency lights on level 7 to replace with white lights. No need to freak the specimen out. There's another power outage. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command Site 18, Update 23. Attempts at communication with the specimen have been, so far, unsuccessful. The specimen's reactions to red light show that it can learn and understand cause and effect. I am convinced that with time, communication is possible. As a side note, we've been experiencing some strange issues with the radios and odd power fluctuations that engineering cannot explain. They've requested new radio equipment, as well as an EMF RF detector. And I would ask for that request to be expedited. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 24. Issues with radios are becoming more frequent. I've ordered all personnel to use the landlines while in the facility, and have had engineering run lines out to the guard shacks and the motor pool. We've had a few random power fluctuations this week. Engineering's looking into it. Specimen has been calm. No progress to report as of yet. I still feel that communication is possible. We just need to figure out where to start. Also, engineering is still waiting on word about the new radios and equipment. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 25. We are having radios. Every interference is getting worse. Need a replacement equipment ASAP. We experiencing power fluctuations. Engineering is the issue. No up specimen. Report if we can. Site 18 out. Command, Site 18, Update 26. The new radio equipment has arrived and been installed. Engineering is tearing apart the old system and trying to figure out what the problem was. The EMF RF detectors have also been installed, and we found some unexpected noise. Engineering has reported instances of transmissions on the ultra-low frequency bands. Are the transmission Rs? If they're coming from one of the other sites, I'll just instruct the engineering teams to ignore. If not, we'll record it and forward it. As for the specimen, we've been attempting to communicate with colored lights. It's not going as well as I'd like, but we are seeing progress. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 27. We've been seeing an uptick in ULF transmissions. Since we were informed that the ULF signals were not ours, we've recorded over 65 hours of transmissions. They'll be included in the report. I understand that Site 16 has also started scanning for the signals. If I could, I'd like to see those reports. As for the specimen, communication with light seems to be slowly working. And the specimen is now responding to lights for food and water. It sometimes feels like trying to teach an old dog new tricks. Slow going, but going. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 28. A few hours ago, we were hit with a massive EM pulse. Systems all over the facility were knocked offline. It would seem that the main radar controller computer took the brunt of the blast, and, in the words of Chief Engineer Stone, the whole damn thing is burnt to a crisp. Thankfully, the EM shielding around the main server seems to have done its job. We'll need to schedule a full server backup and restore to ensure we haven't lost any data. I'd like to schedule that for this evening. As far as we can tell, the EM pulse seems to have been a localized event. However, as we're currently trying to restart everything, we can't say for sure. Is there any way you can confirm that for us? Dr. Harrison thinks the specimen is somehow responsible, but I don't think so. From what we were observing at the time, the specimen seemed to be asleep. Engineering wanted me to let you know that the backup radar is up and running, and they should have the main radar up in a day or two. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 29. The main radar is back up and running. We have yet to determine where the EM pulse came from, but we are continuing to look. To answer your question, the crew on Level 8 has told me that Endgame was undamaged and is fully functional. Communication with the specimen is slowly but surely progressing. I have high hopes for meaningful communication within a few weeks. On a different note, I've been getting some concerning reports from medical. The mental health team has reported an increase in visits, and morale is at an all-time low. The last few weeks have been I mean, if I'm going to be honest, a nightmare. Chief of Medicine Dr. Sanders is recommending that we start rotating crew out on R&R, a week at a time. I agree with this idea. In a pinch, we can operate with half the staff that we have, so rotating breaks with 20 to 40 people at a time won't set us back any. I would ask that we begin implementing this ASAP. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 30. The first batch of crew to go on leave left yesterday. We've decided to run 30 at a time, and at that rate, we'll have everyone back in a few weeks. I've already seen an increase in morale and an increase in productivity. As for the specimen, I believe we have established a system of communication. Testing is still ongoing, but I think we'll have results sooner than later. I am expecting my next report to be full of good news. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Site 18, Update 31. Good news. We've established basic communication with the specimen. We now know that it can understand us, and we've rigged up a system of buttons for yes-no communication. The specimen seems to have a working knowledge of English and seems to be comprehending what we're saying at an ever-increasing rate. We're hoping to start increasing the available library of words over the next week. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 32. The specimen made its first request. We've been able to increase its library words up to 120. Unprompted, it typed, hot, hot, need, cold. When asked if the room was too warm, it replied, yes. We've lowered the temperature of level 7 to 10C. When asked if that was better, it replied, yes. I don't know why I didn't think of it. It makes sense, seeing as it was found in the Antarctic. The researchers will just have to wear coats and gloves from now on. If there are any questions that HQ wants us to ask, let me know. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 33. The last batch of crews left for R&R. Communication with the specimen now includes a library of over 1,000 words. It seems to be freely answering all questions we have for it. I am over the moon. I think the most surprising thing is it's revealed its age. 25,000 years old. 25,000 years ago, humans were still beating things with rocks. We've asked all the questions you've sent us. The transcript will be in the report. 25,000 years. Wow. Report to follow. Site 18 out. Command, Site 18, Update 34. I'm not sure how to explain this. Communication with the specimen was going well until 2 days ago. For some reason, in the middle of a testing session, it began screeching and refused to continue working with us. I am genuinely at a loss. I've given the order to give the specimen a break for a few days. We'll start trying again tomorrow. I don't know what happened. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 35. I have received word of the death of the specimen on Site 16. I have to admit, I didn't think it was possible to kill one of them. I would appreciate a copy of Site 16's work and a copy of the after-action report. As for the specimen here, communication is at a standstill. We're still attempting to talk to it, but the only responses we're getting are single words, mostly no, stop, and alone. I'm not sure why, but we'll keep at it. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 36. After reviewing the Site 16 notes and timelines, I've noticed a strange coincidence. At the same time as the, in my opinion, massive overreaction by the Site 16 security forces and the death of the specimen there, we recorded multiple high-intensity ULF signals, and the communication between us and the specimen here broke down. I'm wondering if the ULF signals we were picking up were somehow communication between the two specimens. It would make sense, seeing as they were found together, and all things considered, I almost feel bad for suggesting that they be separated. We set the computers to figure out the ULF signals, and we'll try and communicate with the specimen that way. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 37. The first test of using ULF to communicate with the specimen occurred yesterday. It did not go well. The specimen lashed out at the research team, destroying a test bench. Thankfully, there were no injuries. Dr. Harrison and I have been reviewing the video and computer data from the event to see if we can figure out why it reacted that way. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 38. The mood of the specimen has not improved. Dr. Harrison and I believe that the reason the specimen reacted so poorly to the first few tests was due to the power level of the transmission. We believe it was set too high, kind of like standing next to a speaker at a concert. Painful and leaving you unable to hear anything. We've made adjustments and we'll be trying again tomorrow. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 39. The specimen has become very aggressive in the past few days. The door between sections 3 and 4 on level 7 has been damaged to the point it cannot be closed. In the interest of safety, I have ordered minimal staffing for the site. All non-essential personnel have been moved to the above-ground facilities. I don't know if this aggression is due to the attempts at ULF communication or due to the death of the Site 16 specimen. We will continue to monitor. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command, Site 18, Update 40. The aggression of the specimen has increased. Shock sticks have been deployed 5 times in the last 7 days, and are now seeming to have no effect. A wall between sections 2 and 3 on level 7 has been completely destroyed. I've ordered level 7 to be sealed, and I'm working with medical to find a substance that can be aerosolized to sedate the specimen. I am formally asking permission to set Endgame to active standby. I hope it doesn't come to that, but I would like the option. Report to follow. Site 18, out. Command! Command! We have a breach! I repeat, we have a breach! Inform Pandora we are evacuating. I repeat, we are evacuating. Endgame is active. I repeat, Endgame is active. 3 minutes to detonation. Site 18 is evacuating. Site 18, out!
Pandora to command. Be advised, Site 18 survivors are aboard. Totals, 84 survivors, 18 wounded, 35 fatalities, 6 MIA. Flyover shows total site destruction. Please advise next step. Pandora standing by.